Okay guys, so what's up? Today we have another episode of Zay's Fishing, and today I'm going to be going over my favorite bass fishing pond lure. And then I'll probably go over my favorite lake lure also. Okay, but first of all, let's see, my first video, you guys know that I caught a 5-pounder, and it was crazy. It was almost 5.5 pounds, 5.32 pounds. I'll never forget that day. What did I catch them on? I caught them on Senkos. Senkos, that's one of my favorite bass fishing baits, period. Senkos, I love them. They catch bass. They're super effective. And if you're looking to just go out to a pond before work or something, and you only have about an hour. Now it depends on what kind of pond you go to. If you go to a pond that you've never been to before, and it doesn't have any bass in it, it just has catfish or trout or bluegill, you're probably not going to have that much luck. Now don't get me wrong. There's going to be a couple of times where you catch something different than a bass on your Senko. I mean, sometimes you might catch a bluegill, sometimes you might catch a turtle. Like, I've seen that happen a couple of times. So Senkos, what's my favorite way to rig them? Well, my favorite way to rig a Senko is definitely between wacky rigging it and Texas rigging it, which are probably the most popular ways to rig it. So, in my tackle bag, I've always got a pack of Senkos, always, no matter where I go, as far as bass fishing. And so, let's open up the tackle box, or my tackle bag. So, hold on. I'll get back to you guys when I get the Senkos. Okay, guys. So I got the Senkos now, and my favorite Senkos to use specifically are Yum Dingers. Now, this pack is in June Bug. It's open actually. This pack right here is in Watermelon Red. Let's see here. Hold on a sec. Okay, guys. So you all can probably hear that noise. My uncle is using the weed eater, but are they cheap? Not really. I mean, you can get a pack of 8 Senkos for, this is Yum. Now, Strike King, you can get a pack of 7 Senkos for $2.50. And somehow, some way, I landed these right here. They were in the 196 box. And so, I landed on it. But, like, as y'all can see, I always got Senkos, 3 packs. Always got Senkos with me. Definitely my number one soft plastic bait. So if you are bass fishing on a budget, definitely I would go and pick up a pack of Senkos. Definitely, doesn't matter what brand. Strike King works well. I caught like a 2.5-3 pounder off of a Strike King purple Senko, and they're only $2.50. You know, that's not that bad. And then we got Gary Yamamoto, probably the best of the Senkos. Probably. But the thing about those range about $6 at Walmart, so they're a little bit on the pricey side. So that's it for my favorite bass fishing, pond fishing lure. So let me get back to you guys when I get my favorite lake bass fishing lure out. Oh, okay. I'm back. So, my favorite lake bass fishing lure. Okay, I'm gonna open up my bass box right here real quick. I gotta say, a jig. No, this isn't my only one, but a jig is one of them. And then I have green pumpkin and black and blue, and those are both Strike King rattling jigs. And so, next up on my favorite lake fishing. Now I have 3 of them. Okay, and well, okay, and number 2 is a jerkbait. Jerkbaits work pretty good in lakes. Maybe a little bit better in ponds, but they work really good in lakes too. And so, my final lure is somewhere else. And I'll be back in a sec. My number 3 lake bass fishing lure is spinnerbaits. Now, I actually put them in this little bag because it actually fits really well. So, let me get one out real quick. Okay, so here's one right here. And, a lot of the spinnerbaits and buzzbaits in that bag, well, actually, all of them are $1 Walmart spinnerbaits. Also, if you're bass fishing on a budget and you live close to a lake and you do a lot of lake fishing, spinnerbaits are good to go. And wind and choppy water is a spinnerbait's best friend. That's always the time to fish them. Always pull one out. And that's just what you do. So, yeah. So, one thing that I didn't talk about was the conditions and where to fish these baits at. Why? Don't know. But I just didn't. So, the condition for this one's always fish it in, I always try to fish it in choppy water and wind. Thanks, Kendall Gray. And, but yeah, spinnerbaits and buzzbaits, that right there is what you want. And jerkbaits, I'm not exactly sure. Like, I just fish them pretty much anytime I want to, and I usually catch fish off them. Sinkos, you can go around to a pond and throw them in the middle of the pond to catch bass, because that's how good they work. I mean, it don't matter where. Now, I do a lot of my wacky rig Senko fishing up against the bank. You just throw it up against the bank, pop it a couple of times, and a bass comes out and eats it. So, yeah, so I guess technically this has been my top 4 bass fishing baits that I use. So, yeah, something like that. Okay, and then also what else did I pull out? Got cold there for a second. Oh yeah, jigs. I don't know when to fish them either. I usually just pull them out and catch fish on them. But anyway, guys, this is the end of the episode. Tune in tomorrow for a fishing adventure. I don't know. I'll probably do 2 tomorrow. Probably do 1 early in the morning and then 1 later on in the afternoon. I'm probably going to Hubble Park here in Lancaster tomorrow morning, and then probably down to just a little creek to go catch some creek chubs later on. So, anyway, peace out. Have a great day.